Okay, so we were talking about grant opportunities, and so that the instruments that we receive for the lighting is often given to us, and we love that. We are able to do so much with it, and that's something, again, that we train our students to help us with. We train our student employees. We have opportunities where you can actually help out with the designing of a show. You can do an independent study and be an assistant lighting designer. There's lots of opportunities where we prepare our students to be ready to go out into the theater industry here by using this fabulous equipment that we have here at Sierra College. And so these are just some of the examples that we have. As we come onto the stage a little bit, one of the cool things that we have, you can't see it now because it's because the floor paneling is on here, but we actually have the capability of having a trap door. It's usually from this area into the center area where we can, make magic happen, where we can make things appear or disappear if we're using a fog effect, where the witch, appears, and it goes poof or something like that. Or, we have, comedic bits where we have a case and, you're pulling the long handkerchief that's coming out and coming out and coming out. Well, the magic of that is that through the trap door, we have a technician underneath who's sort of making that happen. And so it's kind of fun and a cool feature here at the Dietrich stage at Sierra College that we actually have a trap door. When we do musicals or the music department comes in and does concerts, way down here, the downstage part, remember closest to the audience is downstage. We can pull up this part of the paneling here, and you'll see the orchestra pit. You can't see it now because it's not open, but when we do our musicals, this is all gone, and the edge of the stage is closer to about where you are right now. And so it kind of goes about to here, and all the way to the lip of the stage is wide open. We'll have musicians who are several feet down. And it's really a cool function to be able to do musicals in here, to be able to have concerts or whatever events that we want to use the orchestra pit for. And then of course we have the red grand drape that pulls all the way across as well to make it a lot more theatrical. This is, again, I'm going to be talking about theater configurations in the next lesson. This is a proscenium style configuration where it's basically like a picture frame that separates the stage from the audience. And so multi-usage is for that. Way up here you can see more piping for the lighting, for front lighting, that we have we call displays out here for the diagonal lighting, for the front lighting, and if we ever have need for spotlights, often they're in the back of the house or the auditorium, so they'll go all the way up the aisle, or it can be from the booth that we're going to see in a moment. But this is probably roughly about 450 functioning seats here in the Dietrich Theater. So it's pretty impressive auditorium that we can do really big and exciting shows here for our department shows, featuring our students. It's all for the learning opportunities, and sometimes we'll match that with community actors will come in and be experienced, and the students can learn from them as well. So lots of opportunities here in the Dietrich Theater, but I did want you to see the curtains that we're going to talk about, that mask, what we don't want seen, the legs I mentioned, the traveler I mentioned. Way back there we have something called a cyclorama, CYCLORAMA, where we can do beautiful sunsets, we can do images, we can do video on there, and an array of colors of lighting that's backdrop, for a lot of scenery for the shows. It's way up there. You can't see it right now, but it kind of looks usually bluish until we put the lights on, and then it looks completely different. So a cyclorama for our backdrop. So a lot of capabilities here in the Dietrich Theater. Okay, I didn't even get to sound and some of the speakers that are hung at various parts of the theater as well. You see the front speakers here for the event they've got going. We're going to head up to the lighting booth now, and that'll be our last stop on the tour. And then we'll talk more about it in discussion, okay, on campus, okay? So we'll head up to the booth. Okay, this is the control booth, and this is where I really like to think that so much of the magic happens. In the center area here is where the stage manager would normally sit and call the cues that are pre-designed and worked upon and programmed into the various boards that we have here that I'll show you in a second. We have here what we call the God mic, where their voice can be heard anywhere, all over the place. And so the stage manager calls the show from here. And then over on this side of the booth, we have one of our lighting boards in here. And so in here, we're able to pre-program in cues. You know, a musical may have, I don't know, what do you think, 150 cues for a show. A smaller show that really only has more of a, you know, lights up, lights down kind of a thing. You know, maybe you only get to, you know, 60, 70 cues or something like that. But they're all programmed in here, and the lighting operator, the light board operator, again, a student for our production crew class, would learn those skills during our tech weekend and would come in and learn how to run the board and would be on headset. And the stage manager, the boss of the show, would basically call that cue, ready, light cue 7 ready, and then the lighting board operator says ready, and then they say go, and then they hit that cue, and then it's in there. And so it's just very easily set up for the light board operator, programmed in by the lighting designer. We'll be talking about more next week. So this is the lighting board station. And then we have over here the soundboard. And so the sound operator would come in, and we work with our sound designer to program those cues in here. Is there a doorbell? Is there a music cue? Is there a voiceover, a baby crying, or whatever it is, a crash, a toilet flushing, whatever it is, and that's programmed in here. That's all set up, and stage manager calls all those cues as well. We have here, this is our projector, and so I didn't show you, but when we're on the stage, we can lower a screen that comes all the way down. That has multi-purposes in here. The Dietrich Theater is not just for our shows, but it houses many events here during a regular year. And you know, you have lectures and speakers of that nation, and they can do PowerPoint presentations or all kinds of things. But multimedia is now being incorporated so much into theater, and so we have a really high quality projector that we can use for multimedia in our shows or for the events here. And then this is a soundproof room, so we can do our recording our sound in here. We do a lot of recordings for our shows in here. And then we also carry microphone packs for wireless mics in here. I think we have up to 16 packs that we can use on all the actors. When we're talking about where they kind of put them on their person, so it's not, you know, typically seen in the show. But a lot of capabilities, and that's all housed up here in the control booth. So a lot of the magic, you know, happens and is orchestrated up here by the stage manager, who again, they're on headset. I'll be talking to the assistant stage managers who are usually backstage, get the actors ready and the crew ready and all that kind of stuff. So this is the booth, and it's our last stop for our theater tour. So again, thank you to Patrick Thatcher for helping me with the videotaping for the tour. I hope you learned some things. We're going to be talking more about it as we move forward in the class. Okay, talk to you soon.